Hello, everyone. I hope you're doing well, and I hope that you have an incredible day. I'm here to do an intuitive card reading to see what insights, guidance, and messages the universe would like to share with us at this time, especially in regards to releasing, letting go, not forcing things, allowing them to flow more naturally, listening to the energies, your body, the season, and just trusting the process, because a lot of us try to control things and then it comes back to bite us, And I've been witnessing stuff like that, which I'll probably share as this reading goes along, but let's take a look at the cards and see what else the universe wants us to know. Okay. So the first card we have is Cosmic Diamond. Spread hope and joy, illuminate the world. And that feels like something that's very much missing from modern society. Not that there isn't any joy, not that there isn't any light, not that there isn't any hope, and that nobody partakes in such things, but just looking at the people around me, not necessarily literally like in my home, but also just the wider world and what I witnessed. So many people are disconnected, they're detached, they're sucked into their devices, they're miserable, they're going to jobs they can't stand, they're like in relationships they can't stand, all these things, and it just feels very dark and heavy. And again, that's not to say that everyone's like that, but it just feels like so many people are like that, and that the people who are actually tapping into joy, into peace, into love, into lightheartedness, fun, laughter, hope, all of that, anything that's lighter vibration, they get attacked. People get triggered and they start lashing out at them and be like, you're doing things wrong, how dare you, you're blah blah blah, you're not being realistic, stop getting your head in the clouds, blah 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 blah. And it's not meant to be that way. We're meant to have more joy and love and peace and lightheartedness and fun and laughter and hope and light. But we've somehow, as a society, got it twisted in thinking that that's not realistic. And sure, not everything's going to go to our preference. Not everything's going to go according to the human ego's plan. Not everything we're going to enjoy. I'm not saying that, but life isn't meant to be so miserable. And the more we fight like this, the more it's gonna energetically fight back at us, because we're trying to control and coerce so much. We're like, this is how it is, and just the energy you put out comes back to you, which is why the universe is saying, hey, spread hope and joy, illuminate the world. You are a precious diamond. You may be a diamond in the rough right now, but you're in there. You can dazzle the world, but it's a choice. So many people let their songs go unsung, let their shine be hidden, all of that. Yeah. Access your gifts, explore your treasure chest, accept who you truly are. And that's another thing that people can get triggered by. When you're okay being yourself and your authenticity, that can trigger the heck out of other people, and they can try to get you to conform. Happens all the time with my family. All the time. And it's just like, listen, I don't think you're actually happy doing things the way you're doing it, but that's how you choose. Fine, you can choose that if you want. You have free will, but don't try to force me to conform. Like, no, it doesn't work well for me. I've tried and I've felt like a broken alien trying to conform to humanity, and it just has not gone over well, and I just end up even more miserable. And so it's like, why am I going to do that to myself? I'm going to access my gifts. I'm going to stay true to myself. I'm going to shine bright like the diamond I am. I'm not meant to be like everybody else, and that's okay. I'm going to accept who I truly am, and my path is not traditional. Very much so. I was looking into some of my astrology because, we had the recent lunar eclipse and like lunar eclipse energies, and I was like, oh, I'm just curious. And it's just like, oh yeah, like it's literally in my astrology chart to be very more go with the flow, creative, inspiring. And like it was literally breaking it down and saying that like I would kind of like molt, not like and be reborn, like shedding old layers, like, oh, that doesn't fit me anymore, and just become a new person, kind of. Not saying that like I'm completely turned into this new person, but it's like that way doesn't work for me anymore. Okay, I'm gonna shed that and move on. And like that's very true, because like it's talking about how my like in terms of serving others and purpose and career and all that is always going to be focused on creativity, inspiring other people, helping other people, uplifting them. Like, yeah, that's very true. And like I tried going the route of traditional education and all that with being an art teacher, and that didn't work. And so I tried to, quote unquote, get my foot in the door, and that didn't work either. And so it's just like, yeah, I'm basically like, that's dead and gone to me now. And it's not that I feel like it wasn't necessarily bad, but it wasn't the best fit. At the time it worked, but I'm like, no, I need to do better. Like I need different, I need more freedom. And another thing it was talking about my chart was about wanting to travel. I'm like, yeah, I have been feeling the urge to travel, which is why I'm trying to start up passive income and work that I can do, anywhere, so that if I have that, nudge to go traveling, I can do it. But my family doesn't get that, and so they try to make me conform, and they just go like all this guilt tripping and all these things. I'm like, no thanks. I see the way you live and you're miserable, so at least I want to give myself some sort of freedom. I want to stay true to myself and accept who I am, and I don't fit the traditional box, the traditional norm, the traditional expectation. I just don't fit well. It's not that I can't do the work, I've done it before, but it just feels like it eats away at me inside, and I don't really like that. And yeah, the universe is saying there are new opportunities ahead. We don't have to do same old, same old. Like people like me, if we're ready for new things, if we're ready to try and experiment and to become someone else, molting and shedding the old, we can do that. Declutter your life, glimpse a magical doorway. The doorway literally exists for us. We can open it. We can go through. We can try the new things. We don't have to stay stuck in the old. Because honestly, the old is feeling very stifling and stagnant and restrictive, and it's making me a little stir crazy. Which is why I'm like, okay, let's try new things. Like recently, I set up Fiverr and I'm trying to get the gig to go through. It's in draft mode because of video processing or something. It's been like that for a while. I'm guessing because I did it over the weekend. I don't really know. I've never been on Fiverr, but I'm like, okay, there are new opportunities. What else can I try? Like I also set up the subscription thing where people can get new wallpapers and goodies and everything for each month depending on their tiers, how much they get. And so I'm just like, there are other things I can try. I don't have to do it the normal way, quote unquote normal. And I don't have to do it the traditional way. I can embrace these new opportunities because there's so much that we can try if we have an open mind. But we have to declutter. We have to release the old, what no longer serves us, what's holding us back, what's keeping us, stifled. Like we can't keep dragging all the old with us. We need to shed it. And it can be, in waves or in baby steps. It doesn't have to be all at once. You don't have to go cold turkey. But sometimes you can. Like me personally, like I feel like the only reason I ever drank soda was because my family conditioned me to, and like we go out to eat and like, no, you gotta get soda. But once I graduated high school, or maybe a little bit before that, like I just stopped having the craving for soda. And so I just stopped at cold turkey, and I've never gone back. Like I have no desire for it. And sometimes that happens. Sometimes you have those new opportunities to just be like, nope, shedding that. I don't want it. And that's sort of like what happened with me with intermittent fasting. Like I didn't even know it was a thing, but I just naturally did it. Like I wasn't feeling hungry. Like I always would force myself to eat breakfast because like that's what you're supposed to do. But I'm like, wait, I can actually listen to my body, and I don't have to eat first thing. I can eat when I get hungry. I can listen to it. And so yeah, like there's so many new opportunities, and people are starting to open their minds to it, and it's pretty magical and beautiful. And yeah, create your vision. Do what makes your heart sing. You are being nudged forward. And that feels very true for me. And I don't know the next place I'm going to travel. I haven't traveled in a while. And like, I just feel, I've been feeling called for a while to travel and potentially move. I have no idea where. Like, I know I want to go to Japan in general, but I feel like I would have more fun if I had someone to go with me and to not have all the pressure of traveling be on me, because I can struggle in crowded places like airports, and just having someone to like kind of be a grounding force would be helpful. But yeah, like, we can create our vision. We don't have to be restricted by quote unquote reality. Like, that's the messaging that keeps coming in, is that we create our reality. We can speak things into existence. We can speak prosperity and wellness and opportunity and love and life and laughter, all that over ourselves. But so many of us speak the opposite, and seeing is believing kind of thing. Like, everyone's like, oh, I'll see it when I believe it. It's like, no, you're seeing it because you believe and you expect it, and so that it comes out to be. And like, you don't have to do things that make you so miserable. Yes, there are going to be some things you don't like, and maybe some things are unavoidable. Like, me personally, I have always wanted children, and so I know one day that I will have them. But I also know, like, I don't know the literal experience, but I also know that like it comes with a lot of labor, like with the pregnancy, and like not all of that is glorious, not all of that is glamorous, not all of that is pleasant, but I know it'll be worthwhile in the end. So it's like, yes, not everything's gonna be sunshine and roses, but you can create your vision. Like, I know that going through that pregnancy would give me the children that I've always wanted ever since I was little, for as long as I can remember. So it's like, yeah, we can create our vision. We can have the dreams come true. But we also have to stay connected to ourselves, and also not try to control things so much, not try to force things so much, not be so rigid and closed off, and like to let go and let God, because the universe, the divine, has the master plan and the perfect divine timing, and knows all the components at play and are helping us. They're working magic and miracles out on our behalf, and we don't see all the things going on behind the scenes, but we end up like tripping ourselves up. And one of the sayings, I'm trying to remember what it was like, worry like steals from today's peace but doesn't like actually like prevent tomorrow's sorrows, or something like that. Like, in some ways worry can be helpful to like have you aware, but like a lot of us in society have excessive worry that just robs our peace, robs our joy today, and it never comes to fruition. So just trying to remember to breathe and stop trying to rush and force things, because one of the things that happened today was that my mom, she gets very frantic and frazzled and like tries to rush through things and doing so many things at once. I don't know exactly how she did it, but she ended up getting the curling iron on her eye, and like it was bad. She ended up going to urgent care, and she got some kind of medication, has an eye patch now, and like honestly, it's because she's rushing so much and trying to force things and control things, and the universe is trying to get us to stop, and it's like, hey, slow down. And like, she's always working overtime, and she's always like trying to take everything on herself and piling more and more up on her plate. And honestly, this feels like the universe trying to get her to slow down and rest and take care of herself. And honestly, when we don't do it ourselves, the universe will do things like this, where it forces us to slow down. And that happened to someone I knew who had moved out to New York, and like they were running around like my mom does, and the universe literally forced them to slow down. I don't know if it was their leg or their back or what, but they broke something and they literally had to rest for months. And so it's just like, yeah, the universe will do that if we're not careful. And like letting go of expectation and the need for things to be a certain way, which is why I haven't had these longer videos for the past couple days, because I had to rest. Like, we had a big family gathering and it was to celebrate my aunt and my little cousin's birthday parties, and it just took a lot out of me being social and being around so many people for like a whole day. Like, don't get me wrong, I enjoy my family, I love them. There are a lot of people. My dad's one of 8, and so it's just a lot, and I just had to take care of myself. And part of me wanted to stay at the same pace, be like putting out the normal amount of videos that I have been, but I had to rest. And I had this like backward feeling in the back of my mind, is like, if you try to force this, it's gonna come back to bite you. And so I listened, and then what happened with my mom today, I'm like, yeah, I feel like that kind of thing could have happened to me. So I'm glad I listened. Like, I still have some work to do. I still push myself a little bit too hard sometimes, because growing up, we weren't allowed sick days. We always had to be on, top A game, always cranking out things, always doing exactly what parents and family wanted. But I'm working on it. I'm working on it. And the universe wants you to work on it as well. Yeah, you are good enough, full moon in Virgo. And that's something that a lot of us don't recognize or don't feel or don't believe. Like, we've been conditioned to think that once we do enough, we've earned it. We have earned the rest, we have earned the break, we have earned the respect, the love, the recognition, whatever. And the universe said, no. You're good enough as you are, flaws and all. And all of your humanity. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to have it all together. You don't have to have all the answers. You don't have to have the same amount of energy every day and always be able to crank out all these things. You're good enough. As is, just period. You're good enough because you are. You're enough because you are, And so this is why the universe is asking us to let go, to slow down, to breathe, to rest, and to let God, because we're the divine's beloved children, and the universe will provide if we allow it, if we trust, if we believe, if we have the hope, But we're good enough. We don't have to take on the whole world by ourselves. We don't have to have the weight of the world on our shoulders. Yeah. The end of a tough cycle approaches, full moon in Capricorn. And it's funny because literally we just had the full moon. And it was a full moon total lunar eclipse, I think. I don't think it was a total lunar eclipse where I live, but yeah, like, the eclipse energy is bringing in all this transformation, and we're entering fall, which means, release, letting go of the old to make way for the new, and to rest, to recuperate, to replenish, to just take care of ourselves and fill up our cups. And we don't have to force things. We don't have to power through and burn ourselves out. The universe is saying that those days are ending. That cycle is concluding. We don't have to do it all the time like that. We can do the new. We can create our vision. We can embrace these new opportunities and shine like a diamond. Yeah, conclusions are within reach. Full moon eclipse. That's funny. We literally just had that. Yeah, but the harder times are ending, making way for the new. That doesn't mean everything's going to be easy. That doesn't mean you'll never have any challenges or frustrations or things you don't want to do. But it's this new chapter. Like, things are transitioning. They're falling away to make room for the new. That's sort of like what I was explaining with the whole looking into my astrology chart and all that. Because, like, I've know bits and pieces about astrology. I don't know it fully in depth. And like, someone was talking about houses, and like, I never really understood that, so I did a little bit of hyperfixation deep dive today, and it's just like, yeah, I have just shed the old, sort of like a snake, and that we're also in the Chinese year of the snake, which is all about, shedding the old skin and going into rebirth and all that. But that's just very much the energy of right now. We're being reborn, we're shedding the old, we're not letting the shackles of the past hold us down anymore. It's just this new rebirth. It feels kind of phoenixy. Yeah, like literally the fresh start, the new beginnings, like a new start is coming, new moon. The new is here. But it's all about whether or not you'll embrace the opportunities, whether or not you'll create your vision to do what makes your heart sing, to recognize you're good enough, to embrace your gifts, to shine, to spread hope and love, to spread joy, to illuminate the world, to accept who you are. We're being presented with this opportunity, but it's up to us to choose it. The universe respects our free will, you know? Yeah, let love be your guide. Live a life from love, guided by love. And honestly, I don't know how many people actually do that. Like, not in a mean way, but my family, I'm not sure they even know what love is. Genuinely, like, I don't know if they know what love is. They think they know what love is, but if it's love, it's a very conditional love, and you're not supposed to call them out and like what they're doing and bring attention to how they're being disrespectful or abusive or whatever. And yeah, that they're very much living in this denial, delusional reality where they can do no wrong and that you just have to accept it and be grateful for it. And it's weird. But the universe is asking us to come from a genuine love, a deep, divine, unconditional love. And that can be easier said than done for us humans because we're humans. We are the work in progress and the masterpiece. We have our flaws, our weaknesses, but we also have our strengths. And so the universe is asking for us to embrace this new start and come from a place of love, to spread that love, that joy, that peace, that lightheartedness, to embrace these new opportunities, to create a vision of our dreams, to create a dream reality into the physical. And it's up for us to choose it. Right? It is safe to let go. You are surrounded by love. And this is like a leap of faith for so many people, and they don't want to let go because it's the unknown, it's the unfamiliar. They're like, no, but this security, this familiarity, like I know this traditional job, it won't ever let me down. Listen, traditional jobs can let you down. They can go through financial hardships, they can go under new management, they can, whatever it is, they can get rid of you at a second's notice. Happened to me before. And everyone's like, no, go this route. It'll like set you up for success. No, it didn't. No, it didn't. So if something is not resonating, if you do not feel in alignment with it, if you're feeling like you need to release it, to purge it, to shed it, the universe wants you to know it is safe to let go. You are surrounded by love. The universe has you. Trust the universe. It has your back. It will never abandon you. It will never forsake you. It will never forget you. It is here guiding you, supporting you, protecting you, loving you, sending you blessings, sending you guidance, sending you everything you need if you trust it. But if you don't trust, if you're not open, if you don't have the eyes to see and the ears to hear, you're going to be coming from fear, from doubt, insecurity, believing the false evidence appearing real, and you're going to cut yourself off from it. And the universe is saying, hey, just let go. Watch what happens. You're good enough. That is an end of a tough cycle. Conclusions are within reach. Let go. Let go. Let God. And bring in this new start. Bring it in. Let love guide you guys. Yeah. What does your heart want? Be free to manifest your heart's desires, which is why the universe is saying to me, let love be your guide to, create your vision, doing what makes your heart sing. You're being pushed forward. You're saying the universe is giving you the green light. And you may not see all the steps. You may not have all the answers. The human ego is going to want that plan. It's like, no, I need to know exactly the steps I'm going to take. And the universe saying, it's safe to let go. Do the trust fall. Take that leap of faith. You have love all around you. It's going to be okay. You're going to be able to create your dream life. You're good enough. You can create your vision. You can embrace these new opportunities and use your gifts to shine like a diamond. Like, what does your heart want? Go after it. Shed the old and let the new one come in. Be authentic. Your way is the only way for you. And that's what I've been feeling so much, because my family keeps trying to get me to go back to traditional jobs. And like, literally, I consider it, like, because I'm like, I don't want to be closed off. I want to be open. And so I will feel into things and like, does this resonate? Is it in alignment with me? Does it feel like it's on my path? And like, each and every time I feel into it, I consider it, I look at it and, mull it over. I don't just immediately reject it. And it's like, my heart and my soul is just like, no, it's not in alignment. This does not resonate. Like, I envision myself going to that job and it feels like my heart and soul, my very essence, like all of it is being like chewed away on and gnawed on and devoured from the inside out. Like, I'm slowly being consumed and like extinguished, and it's like, no, this is not my way. I understand this is how most people do it. And you know what? All the more power to them if that's what they want, if that's their path. I'm not going to judge them. I'm not going to tell anybody that they can't do it. But it's not authentic for me. I would be very insincere, and I can't do that. Like, I've tried before. I've tried my best to fit into the mold, and it's not for me. My way is the only way for me. Your way is the only way for you. So be authentic. Let your true colors shine so you can dazzle the world, because you are a diamond. Even if you're a diamond in the rough, you are a diamond. Be you. Choose to shine bright. We have letting go, surrender and let go of control, release resistance and trust in the flow of life, knowing that everything unfolds in divine timing for your highest good. That's the thing. That's the thing that keeps coming in, which is why I have been letting go, because, my family would want me to, track numbers more, to track, impressions and all that if I'm going to be trying to do this. And it's like, okay, I'm going to let go and let God. God will have my content reach the right people. God will have it, work in miracles and happen, like these miraculous opportunities. Like, this new opportunity I have is to work with this company, and some of it seemed kind of sketchy because they're asking for a passport, and I was like, what? And so like, I'm like, my first impulse was to be like, oh, they must be like bad, like I shouldn't do it. And then I sat with it, I reflected, and the universe came in. It's like, hey, see if they're willing to compromise, see if they're willing to work with you. Because in the email, there's like, oh, let us know if we need to make revisions to this agreement and all that. And so I sat with it. It was a long agreement contract type thing. And so I was like processing it all. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to bring up my points and my concerns, and, I'll let go. I'll put it in the hands of God, the universe, the divine, see what they have to say. And they've made revisions, and it seems like everything that I asked for is going to be a thing. Like, it feels like it's a very balanced partnership. And it kind of boggles my mind because I'm not used to that. And that's a sad thing to say, but like, anytime, like, whether it be with like family or peers, like with working in school and like group projects and all that, teachers, co-workers, bosses, partners, like all these people have taken advantage of me and used me and treated me as lesser than, and they haven't actually seen me as an equal, and they just want to drain me dry and like have me do all the heavy lifting and then give me nothing in return. And then it's like, I let go, and they're just like, oh, these people, they seem very genuine, and like, they're actually listening to all my concerns, and they're actually making it so we're both benefiting. And it just kind of blows my mind, but it helps because I surrendered and let go. And I literally, like, once I sent that I was like, oh, these are my concerns. This is what I'd want to, have adjusted. And, some of these things I'm not really comfortable with. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to surrender. I'm going to let it go. And if it comes back, they're like, oh, we can't do that. And like, they're being nasty about it. It's like, okay, then it wasn't meant to be. I have other opportunities. And, it came back good. So this is why the universe is asking us to let go, because sometimes it's not going to work out. Like what happened with that toxic group and the narcissist. I tried to make it work, but it got to the point I'm like, okay, I'm going to let go and I'm going to see how they react, how they respond, what they're willing to do. And it's like they weren't willing to come together. So it's like, okay, well, then I just need to let this go. Like, I don't need to keep sinking all this time, energy, and effort into it when they're not willing to reciprocate. And that's why, the whole divine unfolding, everything comes out at the right time. The human ego may not agree, but it is going to come together. And it starts by taking a step. Let go of old beliefs and patterns that no longer serve you. Prepare to step out of your comfort zone in order to grow and expand. And that's what the universe is asking us to do. It's asking for us to grow and expand. Like, literally, part of me got really overwhelmed when they sent over the agreement because it was very long. It was pages and pages and pages. I want to say it was like 30 plus pages of all this legalese, and it was like hurting my brain. I'm like, oh my goodness. And part of me just want to be like, it's not worth it. It's not worth it to go through all these hoops, to read all this legalese, to make sure I'm like not being, potentially screwed over. Not that this company necessarily is nefarious or anything, but people can do things. And it may not be the spokesperson I'm talking to, but it could be like the company as a whole. Like, you never know. There can be good people working at these companies, but those at the top may be not so good, it's things. But I was like, okay, I'm going to take this one step at a time. Let me sit with it. Let me try to process it. And I just took it one step at a time. I went out into the unknown, and it seems like good things are going to be coming. So I'll keep you posted on that. But yeah, like, we can't grow and expand. We can't learn and improve if we stay in the known. If I had just stayed in the known, it's like, okay, I can't do that. Like, legalese, it hurts my brain. And like, I've never worked with a company like this and had like a partnership like that's out of my scope and all these things. Like, the universe is letting you know you're good enough and to take the step. You don't have to have all the answers. You don't have to be perfect. Just take things step by step. Let go of the old to make room for the new. Literally, make room for the new beginnings. A new start is coming, guys. You are ready to start a new chapter of your life. Be open to meeting new people. And it could be meeting new people online. It could be digital partnerships because maybe they live in another country, or, whatever. It could be new people in your hometown, like whatever it is. Be open. Come from a place of love. Create your vision. Embrace new opportunities, because we're being presented with all this opportunity. The universe is saying it's safe to let go. What is it that you want? Embrace it and bring it in. Yeah, you are an original, so let yourself follow your own heart. That's a big thing coming in. Again, be authentic. Your way is the only way for you. Accept who you truly are. Create your vision, doing what makes your heart sing. Like, you're an original. Why try to be a copy? Why try to be a copy? You don't have to be. You can let that go. Yeah, again, with stepping into the unknown, everything you want. That's what? Oh, human typos. Everything you want is on the other side of the unknown. I like how my brain didn't even catch that typo at first. It just automatically put it as want. But yeah, that's the thing. We can be imperfect like this. We can have, slips of the tongue. We can fumble our words. We don't have to be perfect. The universe is saying you're good enough. Just show up. Just try. Embrace what you love. Do what makes your heart sing, what lights you up inside, because you're meant to enjoy life more. You don't have to be perfect. And yeah, you are a magical being with the whole universe waiting to assist you. So will you let it? Will you? You're good enough. You can create your vision. You can embrace all these new opportunities, shining like a diamond, being authentic, manifesting your heart's desire, embracing these new beginnings. But again, the universe will respect your free will. You get to choose. So what is it that you will choose? You know? Again, it's this rise of a new era, dawn of a new era. It's sunrise, new creative ideas, new ventures, a fresh start. The universe is saying, this is all new. It's a new start. It's fresh starts. All these new beginnings. You can shed the old you used to be. You don't have to stay constrained by it. You don't have to stay restricted by it. You don't have to keep living the life you used to live. You can shed it. You can let it go. That doesn't mean you have to let go of everything. You can keep the bits and pieces that are still aligned, that still resonate, but you're being presented with all these new opportunities, these new ideas, new ventures. Still embrace it. See where it takes you. Let it help you shine like a diamond, because, yeah, Candle, you will be shown the way. The universe isn't going to abandon you. It's not going to leave you stranded. It is working things behind the scenes, working magic and miracles all day and all night. The universe, the divine, God, source, creator, whatever you want to label it as, it does not sleep. It is always working things out in your benefit, always sending you signs, always sending you guidance. So trust that you'll be shown the way. The way forward will be illuminated. Listen to your heart and soul. They know the way. You'll be nudged that way. You know? Yeah. Mountain road. You're on the road to success. And it may not be easy. Look at this. It weaves in and out of all these cliffs, and it could be very, very long, but the universe is saying, you're on your way. You're being shown the way. New ideas, new ventures, new fresh starts. All this new is coming to you, these new opportunities. You're on the road to success. So enjoy the ride. Embrace it. Trust. Have faith. Keep the hope alive. It's coming together for you. And that newness could also bring new jobs and careers. Pin. And, maybe it's like side gigs, like me trying out Fiverr. Or, me trying the new membership. Those are new ways of new jobs and career for me. Like, I had never done that before. I'm like, I'm going to try these new opportunities. I'm going to use what I have. I'm going to access my gifts because I'm a creative person. I want to inspire and uplift people. I want to help people. And, I'm willing to coach people. I'm willing to, listen to them. People come to me all the time. So I'm like, I'll do readings. I'll coach people if they want. Like, that's something very new for me. I haven't done it in terms of making a living from it, but it's like, I'll embrace that. I'll embrace that new opportunity because the universe wants more for us. It doesn't want us to limit ourselves. We can be so much more than we give ourselves credit. And yeah, goldfish, increase in material wealth or spiritual growth. And honestly, it feels like both, because you're expanding your mind of what you think is possible. You are expanding your beliefs. You are trusting in the divine, letting go and letting God, having faith, knowing that magic and miracles are being worked on your behalf and that you don't have to do it all, which then allows all this new wealth and knowledge and insight and growth to come into your life in ways that never would have if you hadn't trusted, if you hadn't taken that leap of faith, if you hadn't let go, letting in the love, staying true to your path, knowing you're good enough, Yeah, you're literally on the money path. A path with money is waiting for you to find it. Are you going to have the eyes to see and the ears to hear? Are you going to notice the signs and notice the nudges that the universe is guiding you towards it? Are you going to embrace new opportunities? Are you going to open the doorway? Are you going to follow the path that you're being shown the way on? Are you going to embrace the new sunrise, the dawn of a new era? Because I could have easily been like, well, I don't know Fiverr, and I've never done a subscription, and I've never worked with other people, and my main, source of income has been, working with families and working with schools, and I haven't been like making money as an actual artist and creator and all that, so I shouldn't do that. It's like, no. You can take up on it. Like, if you have passions, if you have hobbies, You can use that as part of your income. You can have multiple streams. You know, it doesn't have to be, oh, this is my job and this is the only thing I do. Maybe you have things that you'll do like part-time or like seasonally or for like a week or so, and then you like take a break and then you come back to it, like, because that's one thing that one of my aunts was saying at, you know, the gathering that we went to, was that she could never have her passions, her interests be a job for her, because she would like end up hating it. And it's just like, but it all depends on how you do it. And you know, you have options, you have opportunities. It doesn't have to be all or nothing. You can do bits and pieces, you know? You have so many opportunities. And all these paths are different. Like, we don't have to be like other people. We can make our own path, our own opportunities, our own options. And the universe is waiting to bless you with it. But we have to choose it. We have to embrace it. We have to open the door and take the steps forward. You know? We have to let go of the old to make room for the new. But yeah, like, that's a lot of the things that have been coming in lately, and it's been interesting. It's been interesting, and I hope my mom feels better. I'm not one who, like, wishes the downfall of other people. Even that toxic group, the narcissist, and all these people have been doing me so dirty. It's like, I don't want them to suffer. But I also can see how a lot of times they do it to themselves, and I'll try to point things out, but if they don't listen, it's like, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. And it sucks, and I, you know, wish them the best. I wish them health and happiness and healing, but if they don't choose it, they don't choose it. And that's kind of how it is with the universe and us. Is like, if we're not choosing it, if we're not embracing it, if we're not taking the steps and trusting, it's like the universe will try to give it to us, but you know, if you close your door and you refuse to open it, it can't get the blessings in, you know? But yeah, I'm sending you all so much love. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day. Please take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye.